Hey there, and thanks for joining me today. So what's on tonight's menu? Today I'm going to be doing some braised oxtails, Cajun braised oxtails stew. So the ingredients are, I have about close to 4 pounds of oxtails. I have them in water and I have a little bit of distilled white vinegar so I can clean them. That will sit for about 20 minutes or so before I go to the next step. Also will be some beef broth, Worcestershire, some pepper, some Cajun seasoning. I may use Tony Chachere's, or I may use this other Cajun seasoning, which I like a lot. Some tomato paste, allspice, salt, garlic, potatoes, green red bell pepper, onion, bay leaves, thyme, cilantro, and carrots. That is what is in this whole meal. And my next step is to create a paste, and I'm going to be making a paste so that I can marinate the oxtails in for several hours. And that marinade will include onion, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, thyme, cilantro, Worcestershire, and my seasonings. All right, so when we come back, I'll be putting that paste together. See you in a bit. Okay, the oxtails have been cleaned in that vinegar water for probably 25 minutes, so that's long enough. Now I'm going to make the paste. So as you can see here, I have onions. I even had a little bit of red onion, thought I'd use it. Red bell pepper, green bell pepper, garlic, cilantro, thyme, and some seasoning. So I'm going to dump all this in here. Got my garlic in there. Got my thyme. Got my cilantro. Okay, we'll put the top on, and I'm going to pull. What I'm going to do is scrape down the sides. Actually, just a little more would be perfect. Scrape down the sides and make sure everything gets in there. Looks like a salsa almost. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to pour it on the oxtails. Okay, so what am I going to add? I am going to add a teaspoon of salt, kosher salt. I decided I'm going to use the Tony Chachere's, whatever his name is. I'm going to add this. I haven't used this one in a while, so I'm going to a little bit of pepper, and I'll adjust seasonings later, and some allspice. And, excuse me, that pepper got up my nose. And I'm going to now top that off with some Worcestershire. Okay, now I'm going to go right in here. So every couple of hours, I'm probably going to leave this in till about 5 or 6 o'clock. You can marinate this overnight, but that should be enough. And every couple of hours, I'm going to come in here And I'm going to turn it upside down and move it all around. Make sure all these flavors develop in here. Okay.
I can smell it already. It smells good.
Okay. All right. So I am going to rinse my hands, and then we'll see you in a couple of hours, in several hours. Yeah, about 7 hours or so. And then we'll take it to the next level. We'll see you back. Hey there, it's about almost 5 o'clock and it's another day of 96 degrees. So the air conditioner is probably on. I don't remember it being so hot for so long last year. Anyway, so my oxtails have been marinating for about 7 hours, and now I am going to sear them. And I decided, you know, I've done these years ago. The last time I did an oxtail stew was, I don't know how many years ago. I was going to do it in the Dutch oven, but I decided that I'm going to do it in the Instant Pot. So here we go. So I got some olive oil and some butter. I'm going to sear these for, you know, just till they're brown. Who knows? It might be just 1 or 2 minutes, but I'm going to sear them on all sides. And this marinade, I'm going to save because I'm actually going to put the marinade in once I get everything else together. So I think I got room for one more. Okay, so I'm going to leave these in. And when we come back, I'm going to have all these done. I'm going to do them on all sides for a minute or two, whatever it's going to take. I'm going to put them in my little pan, and then we'll go to the next stage. So once these are all done, I can already smell that. It smells good.
Lovely.
We'll come back in a few minutes when all the searing is done for the next stage. Okay, the oxtails are done. All done being seared. And I cleaned out the pan a bit. I'm going to put in some tomato sauce there. Just going to get that cooked up a bit. And then I'm going to put in the red wine. I'm going to deglaze that pan and get all those brown bits out of there. Pour it all in. Okay. I'm going to let that bubble up a bit. I just want to get the brown bits out.
All those brown bits have all the flavor.
All the flavors are in there from all the oxtails with all that seasoning and the marinade. That was all on there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to put my trivet in. Why? Because I do not want my oxtail sitting on the bottom of the pot, because it could get to a burn mode, and I don't want the burn mode. So now I'm going to put my oxtails back in. Now these are going to braise, so remember the liquid doesn't really cover all the oxtails. Okay, there's little juices in there. Okay, now I'm going to add in the beef broth. That's about 2 cups. I'm going to add a little bit more in there. Just going to add a little bit more in there because I had my better than bouillon base sitting in there, so I'm going to add a little bit more in. Okay. I'm going to add in the rest of the marinade. Okay, so let's see what I got here. Well, I actually think that I could use a little bit more liquid. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the hot water in here. Right about to there. Now when I added my better than bouillon, I always add a little bit more to it, just in case I have to add more water. Now, even if it's diluted some, it's going to be okay, because I got Worcestershire in there, as well as the flavor from the oxtails is going to give off the beef flavor. So, I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to put my lid on. You want to get down on this side, cameraman? Come over here on this side. So now I'm going to set it. I'm going to cancel. And then... Okay, why isn't it doing anything? How's that? Oh, pressure cooker. I remember I switched my pressure cooker, so here we go. I went from an Ultra to the Instant Pot Duo Evo Plus because I gave my mom my Ultra. I'm still learning this one. So I'm going to do this one for, I'm going to say 35 minutes. I do have carrots and potatoes to put in. Once the 35 minutes is up, I'm going to let it naturally release for a bit. Then I'm going to put my potatoes and my carrots back in and do them for about another 12 or 13 minutes. So it's on. It's going to come up to pressure. And when we come back, which will be a bit from now, once this is all pressure cooked for the 35 minutes, I'm going to add in the carrots. I'm going to add in the potatoes, put them in for another 12 to 15. And when we come back, it should be all done. I'm going to make a pot of rice to go with this too. Okay, so it's all done. There's the oxtails with some rice. Here's Donnie's plate. It is very tender. I've already checked the tenderness of the oxtails. All looks good. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.